Hello!
Hello!
Welcome
To
the
Husky
Meow.
Zoo! Not the Husky Meow.
It could be.
It could be.
Could change it.
No.
No. Okay.
Okay.
Probably a bad idea. So yeah, hi. Welcome to our
Our thing,
our podcast.
We actually have some topics today.
Yeah.
Whether they'll actually go
That we may or
anywhere,
may
we'll
not
see.
have thrown at the last second.
But that's besides the point, so we can actually stay on track here a little bit.
That's true. So, speaking of, and I kind of wanted to start with this anyways, was my story getting to your house today. So, besides the fact that my GPS took me all the way around frickin' New Berlin before it took me to the correct highway, which could have taken me about 20 minutes less than it could have. So, traffic is usually totally crap anyways, and there's a ton of people waiting to get on. And I was right next to this guy that was looking into my car to see who I was, just normal shit that always happens. And I'm still getting used to my car, because it has a lot more power than my old car.
Yeah.
And so I didn't see the light turn green for me to go, you know how it's metered?
Yeah.
I didn't see it turn green. So I just looked as I go, shit, so I went and I floored it and I burned out essentially. And that same guy, we kept going, he followed me, I don't know if he followed me or if he was just essentially going the same way. But I got off the exit after Rawson, and then I drove the rest of the way over here or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know which exit it was.
Ryan Road?
Something like that.
Or Drexel. It was Drexel.
Yeah, so, and he pulls up next to me, and I always usually have, my sunroof open, just because it doesn't bother me, and I think it's kind of fun. And I have my sunroof open, and I have my windows down, and he was he pulls up next to me, rolls his window, I was like, hey! He's like, what's up? I was like, I don't know, what's up? He's like, aren't you cold? Literally asked me, am I cold? I was like, no, aren't you? He was like, so did you do that on purpose? And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, back on Beloit when we got on the freeway, did you squeal your tires because I was looking at you? I was like, no, I didn't even know I did that because I didn't realize I did it at the time. Yeah. And he just kind of looked at me and was just like, is that your car? I was like, no, I stole it. And then I drove off.
Oh, Joe.
I'm such a douche.
What if he would have called the cops on you?
Too bad.
Too bad.
What would he have done?
I don't know.
The cops would have came here. Is this your car? Yes. Can we see your proof of insurance? Yes, because I just put it in my car.
I'm sure they'd look it up and see that you owned it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Since they have DMV records of that.
Yeah.
I'm sure. But that's besides the point.
They'll probably just come up to me and say, hey, you know your license expires soon. It's like, good job. I know. I'm waiting to the last minute to do it.
Are you cold?
No. Shut up. Anyways. It is bullshit cold out, though. It's March. It's the first day of spring today, right?
Welcome to Wisconsin.
I know, shit. It's 22 degrees outside, and there's snow, and I think we're supposed to get more snow this week, right?
I didn't hear that, but
Oh.
Let me bring up the handy-dandy weather.
Here, let me do it, because it'll take me 3 seconds faster.
No. I got it right here.
I know.
It's already up.
No, it's not.
I see
forecast.
no snow in the forecast. I see partly cloudy, partly sunny, partly sunny, partly sunny, partly sunny. And then Sunday there's clouds, but...
Well, they're lying to you. Anyways, but yeah. And I'm on spring break currently until the end of the week.
So am I.
And it doesn't make any sense. Because, me and my friends had all thought of, hey, we should go do something. And we're going to do something at the end of the weekend. I don't think we've decided exactly what we're doing. Because I won't have a Monday class this coming week. So I won't have to be back till technically Tuesday unless I get scheduled to work. But we were thinking about going up, we might go to the Dells for, a couple days and just,
fuck around.
Be idiots, like usual. But it just kind of sucks because it's not nice out. It's not Florida. It's not...
You could go to Cupertino.
California?
I don't know. Is that where Cupertino is?
Yeah. Is that what it says on there?
It's 64 degrees.
Yeah, that's
in
Silicon Valley.
Oh.
That's where Apple headquarters is located.
Oh.
Before Steve Jobs died.
Cupertino.
I've never heard of it either. I don't know where it is exactly. I know I just said it's in Silicon Valley, but that was a total guess, and I have no idea if that's completely true or not. But...
Joe... You are something.
Bad person, a bad influence.
Yeah.
Hint,
don't
hint.
you know you're a bad influence?
Hint. Yeah.
Bitch.
Terrible influence on Adam.
Yeah, terrible.
Bree can quote me on this. But, yeah, whatever. I don't care about that anymore. It's stupid.
Cupertino is by San Jose.
Really? It's that low? Or that, Southern California?
Yep, it's like, it probably is a suburb of San Jose. It's that close.
I did not know that. But then again, I didn't... Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's...
It's by Los Gatos.
Los Gatos.
Do you know what that means?
Cats.
Yes. The meows.
The cats.
Speaking of which, I stole your thing the other night. I was watching Andrea draw, and my username, like, you can change who you are so that you're recognized.
Yeah.
It was Sprinkles, but now I changed it to Meowsy.
Meowsy McDermott.
You've gotta be kidding me. So, what should we talk about next? Should we talk about how people are retarded on the roads?
Yeah, why not?
It was your topic.
It was. Well, I can tell you, I was driving to Sendix the other day, and on Moreland, this
Shout out
lady,
to Sendix, by the way.
this lady thought that you should get up to speed, but then once you got to a stoplight, even if it was green, you should brake. Yeah, she was braking through every intersection.
Like, was it actually slowing down, too?
Yes.
Oh, my God. That's horrible.
She slowed down through the intersection.
That's not fun. I think that's why I don't like old people. Or, well, the majority of old people. Because they can't drive correctly.
Yeah, they can.
And I mean, I'm sure, like, people who see me drive are like, oh, you're fucking nuts. Because I tend to speed and change lanes erratically so I can get around people. But then again, I haven't gotten pulled over once. Well, actually I got pulled over one time, but it was for loitering in the Sendix parking lot, which was bullshit, and it doesn't count. Because it wasn't a speeding ticket.
I've been pulled over like 8 times.
Yeah. Bad influence, guys, me. Regardless. And...
Joe, you are a bad influence.
But, like... Okay, let me ask you this, because I've been watching, True TV and how they have, like, those world's dumbest drivers and shit.
Yeah.
Do you think it's more unsafe to drive too slow or too fast?
Too fast.
Okay. Support.
Why do I think it's more...
I know, like, I totally agree, but I'm just saying, why do you think so?
To drive too... why it's unsafe to drive too fast compared... Because... you would be going faster than the rest of traffic and have less time to make any decisions. And
that's very true.
Yeah.
However, I think driving too slow is also very dangerous.
Well, it is.
And this is why, because this happens to me a lot, and I don't, and like, it's not because I'm driving too fast. Like, when you're changing lanes, or you want to change lanes, what do you normally do? Do you just swerve, or do you look first?
Oh, look first.
Mm-hmm. I always look first. And usually, when I change lanes, it's because a ton of other people are changing lanes because they want to get out of the way of somebody.
Yeah.
But when I'm going at, say, 40 miles an hour, which would be, the speed limit for a lot of roads around my place, I'm going to continue going 40 miles per hour, but I'm also going to start looking around. Well, I've had this happen on multiple occasions, usually during the week, like during the day. I'll be trying to change lanes, and I'll look in front of me while looking to the side, to see, and there will be an old woman. Like, I'll just see this car come, and I'll have to slam on my brakes so I won't see her coming. Like, it's just, when you're driving that slow in traffic that's steady, it doesn't make sense.
Well, no.
And I think it's kind of unsafe. Like, I mean, obviously, driving too fast is a lot more unsafe, but I still think...
I'm not saying slow driving is safe.
I still think slow driving is unsafe.
Yeah, because they'll cause an accident by driving too slow. Yes, I agree with that.
Or they just die at the wheel. Zing! It's terrible.
Grandma, how did your grandma die? She was driving too slow.
It's horrible.
Joe kills grandmas.
Maybe. Maybe on the weekends. So we do for fun. I don't know.
Indeed.
And we're back. We had to take a slight break.
You didn't know we were gone.
No, so we weren't gone at all. Well, we realized that you can actually pause things now. I didn't know that either, actually. But, yeah. So what were we talking about before we started up again?
Stupid drivers.
No, I mean before we started back up.
Stupid people.
Stupid people. Jesus Christ.
There's ducks in my apartment
Yeah,
today.
there's ducks in Adam's apartment, and it's giving me diabetes. Regardless. Yeah. Stupid people.
Who do stupid things.
In their place of stupid business. Hint, hint!
Wink.
Actually, they don't listen to this, so...
Yeah. Well, we still should.
We will not talk about it, but I'm pretty sure that everybody who listens, or well, most of the people that listen to this will know what we are referring to.
And
because it's absolutely ridiculous, and...
they're just dumb.
God damn. It annoys me. Like, when I heard about it, it pissed me off, because I just thought it was so stupid. But anyways, speaking of work...
Oh, yes. Work. I always work these days. Any crazy work stories?
Well, I'm trying to think of one, because I know I have one.
Otherwise, I'll go to my old guy 920.
You know, yeah, let's go to that.
Which is a work story.
Yeah, let's go to that.
So, me, Andrea, and Mike are closing the other night.
With the Dream Squad.
Yes. Mike was pretty sure this guy was in here since he had started, which was 4 o'clock.
Okay.
If I heard him right, he said he had been there when he started. It was this guy on this electric scooter. Apparently, he was taking at least, like, an hour down, like, every single aisle. Like, he was in aisle 9, and he was going to keep going until he finally came over and asked for a store map. And, so I gave him a store map, but Andrea was like, and this was at about 9:10.
Oh, wow.
That he asked for a store map. So Andrea was pretty frustrated at this point, and it's like, are you going to be done shopping soon? We actually closed 10 minutes ago. I know we're not supposed to say that, but, you know, this guy was not getting the...
And, sorry to butt in, but honestly, I think when a store closes, store closes.
You can politely go up to him and say, hey.
I think I said that in the test cast, but, I mean, it just, if it's an old person, I kind of understand because they're old. I mean, they're old. And they probably just don't realize. But, like, when you have people coming in at, like, 8:59 to get booze, and they bitch because it's 9:30, and they couldn't figure out what kind of beer they wanted, and they can't buy it, that's just being ignorant and annoying.
Yes.
Like, and we see that a lot at our Sendix because, I mean, it's a part of the city, and I don't know if you'll agree with this, but I definitely agree with this, that a lot of the people are very full of themselves.
Yes.
And just douche. Okay, you know what? I'm going to let you go back before I get on a tangent.
Well, I'll go on this tangent really quick because I'm not from around New Berlin, so I can't really speak fully to it. But I had that impression of it, and then the first things that I ever heard out of Mandy's mouth, which I didn't know it was Mandy at the time. Like, I had gone in after I got hired over, and the store wasn't open. It was like the couple days before the store had opened.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I was there for that.
And she asked Patty, or she made a comment about, or Patty had mentioned that they still hadn't been approved for the food stamp license or whatever. And we still hadn't had food stamps, and Mandy made a comment on the sort of, well, we're in New Berlin. People don't use those here anyways. Like,
well, they do.
Yes, they do.
And, I mean, I'm not going to go into that because
But
I have a very different stance on the food stamp card and the people that use it, especially working at a grocery store like Sendex. But we won't get into that, at least right now, because we're already off on a tangent. But I really do agree, because, I mean, I went to a West Dallas school for grade school.
Yeah.
And, like, I mean, everywhere you go, there's going to be parents and kids that are just completely full of themselves. Like, I mean, two of the kids that I went to grade school with were they played hockey before I did, and they were the ones that kind of influenced me to want to play hockey. But instead of them, oh cool, you wanted to play, well here, they basically made it out to be that I copied them, which first of all doesn't make shit for sense, because how do you copy somebody when you want to try something new? It doesn't make sense. But I don't know what happened all behind the scenes, but like my parents just absolutely hate them because of something they did while I was playing. And it's just people, there's always people everywhere you go that are going to be like that. But in New Berlin, it's like everybody. Like, I mean, when I went from the West Dallas school to a New Berlin school, and like the whole reason I transferred school districts was because I didn't really have a hell of a lot of friends, and I wanted to just have a new kind of start over and get a better education, which did not really work out as well. But I mean, and just the people, it's just such a different feeling. Like, I'm friends with a lot of people that are into sports, and like two of my best friends play football, and they were, big on the high school team, and their parents were just so into that, and it just made me feel like such a bad person because I wasn't into that as much.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I went to the games and I supported them, but like I would never be like, I would just never get into it as much as they did, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'd never really cared to play football, and everybody thinks I'm stupid for that because I'm huge. But I liked hockey, and I still think it's a little bit better, but regardless. Okay, anyways, Old Man 920.
Yes.
After our tangent.
So, yeah. So, anyways, he was in there. It was about 9:10, and he's like, oh, really? I didn't know. He was an old guy, so a little lenient on that.
Yeah.
But, so, he's like, I still haven't gotten the two things that I actually came here for. He's like, gelatin and grapes. And he's like, do you have gelatin here? And Andrea's like, Jello? And he's like, yeah. She's like, do you want the powder or the pre-made stuff? And
do we sell pre-made Jello?
I think so.
Oh, yeah. In those, like, weird... Okay,
yeah.
I gotcha.
And he's like, just the powder. She's like, oh, I can go run and get you that really quick. And he's like, oh, would you? That'd be wonderful. And he's like, do you have green grapes? What grocery store doesn't have green grapes? But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
And he's like, are those on sale? So,
Never.
She looked.
Grapes are so expensive.
Actually, green and red grapes are both on sale.
Oh, really?
He's like, well, I'll have one of each. So she ran and got the grapes first, and then when she came back, she's like, what flavor Jello would you like? And he's like, anything that would be good to put fruit in. And we're like,
strawberry.
She's like, cherry, He's like, whatever, just not grape. I don't want grape. And then apparently Andrea goes back, and that's like the most of what we have is grape. But she's like, I grabbed like apricot and like this others. I didn't know there was apricot Jello.
I didn't know that either.
But anyway, so she grabbed these like 4, and then while she's going and grabbing it, Mike's unpacking the stuff onto the conveyor, and then the guy hands me his credit card, and I don't bother to tell him to swipe it because
you just don't care anymore.
Just don't care at this point. So but then it got to this. Andrea we had everything bagged up and put into his cart, and Andrea had already came with the Jello and scanned it through and everything, and he's still just sitting there and talking to us. So I'm like, can I just get your signature? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then he just keeps talking, and then he doesn't go up to put in the signature. And then again after like a minute, I'm like, can I get your signature? He's like, oh, are we done here? And I'm like, yeah, everything's good. And he's like, we're still waiting to get to Jello, aren't we? I'm like, no, she came like 5 minutes ago to give us the Jello. And he's like, oh, you're all done then? Yes, we are all done. So finally he scoots up, but he doesn't get out of the scooter. He signs from the scooter, so that takes a little bit of maneuvering. He backs up, forward. That takes him about another minute. So by the time we were done with his order, it was about 9:20.
Shit. Keep in mind, everybody that doesn't know, the store does close at 9.
And we're
usually cashiers and baggers are out
by 5 or 10
after. If that. I mean, jeez, that's terrible. So how did that go afterwards? Like,
we're pretty much done, so we got out like right after. But still, it was just like, are you serious? And Mike had to bring the thing back in.
Ooh, that sucks.
So he was there a little bit later.
What day was this on?
Sunday night? I think this was Sunday.
St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, I think so.
So when I worked, okay.
Yeah, it must have been that.
I think I know. Okay, so now that we were talking about Sunday, I remembered what I was going to want to talk about because it involves St. Patrick's Day. Now, usually, nobody really likes to go to work, right? I mean, that's just common sense. But, like, I don't mind it. I don't mind going to see people that I like seeing. But Sunday in particular, I was having a really, really crappy day. Like, it was just, it was just one of those really bad days where you just don't want to do anything and you just feel like crap because of something that somebody said to you or something like that,
Yeah.
And that's what happened when I woke up that morning. So, and I didn't get a whole lot of sleep because I was over at Taylor's house, by the way. Shout out to Taylor. But I was over at Taylor's house, and I didn't get home till like 12:30, and I just couldn't really fall asleep, so I had a really bad headache, and just like at work, people are just like, I mean, I'm not calling anybody out, but I was just having a really rough day, and people were just kind of getting on my nerves and just like, getting at me with just stupid things that, like, normally would never bother a decent human being, but just got me really frustrated.
It really grinded your gears.
I'm so happy you said that, actually. Grinds my gears when you say that. But, so, it was about, like, a half hour before I had to leave. And keep in mind, this is St. Patrick's Day, so I was kind of surprised because, me and Zach were talking about how we didn't think it was going to be too busy.
Yeah.
Because, or no, actually, he didn't think it was going to be too busy. I thought it was going to be because it's Sunday in St. Patrick's Day. And my argument was, who wants to be hungover on a Monday work day? Nobody. I guess if you want to be, but nobody really wants to feel that. So I kind of assumed, people wouldn't want to be,
as intoxicated.
I was fucking wrong. I had about a half hour left of my shift, and I see these people come in, and I was like, fuck. And they all had, like, St. Patrick's beads, and two of the guys were drunk off their asses, and they were with two disgusting looking women, but, and I was like, great, there they come. And I didn't initially know that they were going to come through my line, but sure as hell. So, they're in the liquor department, shocker, for about an hour, or for about 15 minutes. Then they come over to my line, and they're waiting, laughing, talking about stupid shit. And then the one guy and the two girls come up to purchase their booze, and then the other guy, like, came, like, behind me, kind of by the soda thing, and was looking in there, but he was, like, talking to me at the same time. I didn't know what he was saying. He was drunk as shit, so I couldn't understand. He smelled like booze. It was disgusting. Like, I just hate that smell on people's breath when you know that they haven't had anything but fucking Coors all day.
Yeah.
But, so, I'm checking out their alcohol, and I'm like, fine, whatever, I don't really care. It's like, 24-pack of this, 24-pack of this, and then it's like the hard liquor, so they have, just basic stuff, Captain Morgan, Kettle One, and then I see this box I'm like, oh shit. And their total already is $175. I check out this bottle. It's a bottle of Blue Label, Johnny Walker.
Hold on.
Oh, okay, and so they bring up the bottle, and I didn't initially know how much it was because I've only checked one out before, and it was for Valentine's Day. $274 for the bottle of Scotch.
Is that what it is?
It's Scotch whiskey.
Okay.
Sorry, and it's like I think I read on the bottle it was like 100-year-old aged. So holy shit! First of all, but and I told like my whole family, and they're like, holy shit! But the total is like $400. The guy pays for it. Drunk as shit. He's like, oh my god, $400? I don't know if I have that much money. Slides his card, presses credit, signs his name. And I don't know if you know what that means. Do you know what it means when you press credit and you don't know if you have that much money?
No.
It was a debit card.
Okay.
It will take out that much money, whether you have it or not. And if you don't have it, you overdraft. He had the same... Don't ask how I remember all this. He had the same credit card that I do. Mm-hmm. So it's from Guardian. So it's the same. It's a debit card, and their policy is if you do a credit transaction and you accept how much money that is, but you don't have that, they take out that much, plus they charge an overdraft fee, and I forget how much that is. I think it's like, what'd you say?
There's a law that they changed how that works, though.
No, it's because it's a debit card.
Yeah, there's still a law against it.
No, I know what I'm talking about, but I don't. I know what you're talking about, and I know what I'm talking about.
You can opt out of it, so it depends what he's opted in.
Right. But anyways,
yeah.
So, assuming he didn't opt out of it, and it was an overdraft fee, because I've had this problem before.
Yeah.
You get charged the remainder, right? Yeah. So, like, say you had $200.
Yeah.
You have to pay the $200 that you owe, plus you get a extra fee. Yeah, an overdraft fee. And I don't remember how much exactly it was when I did it, because I only overdrafted like $1. And I remember it was outrageous. Like, I think it was like $30. But I can't even imagine how much it cost for that.
Yeah. And
there's no way. Like, that guy was just completely plastered. Like, I feel terrible for him. But then again, I don't, because he's stupid.
Yeah. Aged up to 60 years.
60 years?
60 years. So just
it was Blue Label. I don't know if that's what you're looking at, because I looked it up.
Blue Label.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, that's
still nuts. I mean,
like
60 years is...
And I know that I'm not of age, so I don't really understand how this all works, but like, the way that I would see it is if you bought something like that, wouldn't you want to like save it for like a special occasion or something? I mean...
But if you're drunk off your ass...
If you're drunk off your ass and anything looks tasty, yeah, buy whatever the hell you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
But that's just obscene. And I didn't understand. My life crumbled. No. But, yeah, that was my whole experience with drunk people. Because I don't deal with drunk people.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody's obviously drunk, I'll toy with them a little bit. But if it's like, if I'm having a bad day and they're drunk, I will just completely avoid them. So yeah, that was my ridiculous story. I'm trying to think if I had anything else that happened to me during the week of just pure ridiculous.
Well, we had another person in yesterday who was in there past the lights turning off. It was me, Andrea, and Bree. And she was on her cell phone, and she didn't even come up when the lights turned off. She was still looking.
Was she shopping?
Yeah.
Did you check her out?
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's like my nightmare. Like, I've had people stay like 10 minutes late, and I mean, I won't complain because I'm still getting paid, and like, I don't have much of a social life. Well, I mean, but you know, I won't complain too much. But I mean, still, it's kind of ridiculous. Like, just get the hell out. Go to Walmart, and they can't buy booze anyways. So, but what did that remind me of? Oh, I do have another Scenic story, but it's not funny. just made me feel like a really good person. On, was it Sunday? It must have been Sunday. Some old woman I was doing carts before I switched to be a cashier for the rest of the shift. I was doing carts, and this old woman stopped me. Like, I wasn't initially paying any attention. She's like, "Oh, could you help me outside?" And I was like, "Oh, sure, no problem." And we're, like, talking like she was clearly not able to get to her car on her own. And that's what I didn't understand. I was like, she's like, "Yeah, nobody that checked out offered to help me out." I was like, "Are you serious?" And I felt so bad, but, like, you know, I helped her to her car. I unloaded her cart, and I just felt like a really good person for the rest of the day, even though I still felt like crap and was still pissed at everybody. But do you ever have moments like that at work?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like when I stopped rape.
Yeah, I remember that. You got a red truck for that, right?
I did.
Yeah. I got one. Did you ever see that? I got one of those.
Yeah, I don't know what for though.
I think it was this summer, or, well, 2012 summer, and it was me and Dylan closing on a Friday night.
Uh-huh.
And we checked out this woman, and, like, we were just, like joking around, talking and just, like, shooting the shit for a little while. And she, I guess, I don't really know what provoked her, because I didn't, like, after Andrew or whoever told me, I think it was Cindy actually who told me, I didn't really think anything of it. I was like, really? Somebody said something? And I guess she called back and was like, "I've never seen two teenage boys on a Friday night so happy to be at work." And it just made her feel really good, and, like, she was really thankful that we were checking her out and being so helpful. I was like, and I just thought, like, that's just kind of how we always are, though. Like, if it's late and, somebody comes through our line, we'll try to, like, include them and stuff. I mean, usually, and I know we're not supposed to, but we'll always have, like, if we have a beggar, we'll have, like, a conversation, we'll be talking about something. And if we have why are you hiding behind that blanket?
What?
But,
that probably sounds really weird.
Yeah.
I was not hiding behind a blanket.
He was hiding.
I was fogging up my glasses.
It looked like you were, like, trying to hide your face. It was really weird. But anyways, what was I talking about? Yeah. And I just didn't understand why I was getting rewarded for something that I do all the time. But then again, that also brings me to the point of red trucks are stupid.
I've got a cow on my name tag.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm that awesome. Where's my name tag? I don't know. It's out. Yeah, I got a cow on it.
Why?
Because
Is it like a sticker?
Yeah, it's a sticker.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, Andrea had 2 of them, but someone took them off first. She was pretty upset.
Patty.
Probably.
I just don't, like, I understand why we're not supposed to keep things on there that aren't Sendix related, but then again, does it really matter?
No.
Like, if it's nothing, like, provocative or, like, mean,
Like, what's wrong with a cow? It's
like,
a cow.
why does it matter? Like,
Don't have a cow, man.
I mean, I guess, like, it's to do with the, like, professional aspect of having a job. But then again,
It's a
like, my dad, for instance, has been
Yeah.
working at GE for 15 years and has a desk and everything. He's got, like, Lego starships that I made back in, like, 3rd grade just chilling there.
You should see what I have at my desk at Northwestern Mutual.
Dude, if I ever get a desk, it's going to be littered with My Little Pony stuff. Like, just stupid little figures and stuff, just because I think it'd be funny.
I just wanted to trim that off.
That's fine. But, whatever. So, we should talk about another topic, or...
We have a list that we
Yeah.
haven't even touched, so...
Yeah, that's true. It's very true. Hold on, let me get into this thing. What you got there?
Some nuts.
Oh, a bag of nuts.
They're actually freeze nuts.
Ooh. Great. Alright, Sundix problems. That was one of the things I wrote down.
Weren't we?
We kind of did talk about that.
I mean, is there anything else that we need to touch on?
I don't know. What did we talk about already? Disrespectful people.
Yeah, customers.
Which I'm pretty sure is going to be a topic most every single podcast. Because usually every week we have some new grievance with somebody. Usually, yeah. Being poor. Adam, are you poor?
Yes.
I'm poor.
I have my own place now, so I will be poor.
Yeah, and I have a car payment, which sucks. A lot of people have asked if I regret it. I don't. I probably should, but I don't.
You know what I regret? Buying a brand new car. And having
Did you buy it brand new?
Brand new.
If you don't mind me asking, how much did you pay for it? Or, like, total?
Well, my loan?
Yeah.
Or how much? Well,
okay, well, let's go with this. How much was your loan, and how much were your monthly payments on said loan?
$30,430 a month.
Okay. So now, mine is... You're still paying, right?
Yes.
Okay, mine is... How long was your loan? Is it 4 years?
6 years.
6? Okay. My car was $10,000, and my loan is for 4 years, and it's $225 a month. And compared to yours, it's not that bad, but considering I haven't really ever had bills in my life, besides like Netflix and Xbox Live, it's pretty bad.
Well, that's because you have no credit.
Well,
no credit is like bad credit.
No. I know, but I'm building my credit currently. Which is kind of a benefit for me, at least, because you're going to need loans for the rest of your life technically, unless you win the lottery, or you just have that much money, which when has that ever happened? But like a couple of my friends and like I guess family sort of have kind of asked, like, oh, do you regret it? Like, do you regret buying something new and sporty and that much money? I'm like, not really, because, and I don't know if I've ever talked about this on a podcast about why I bought a new car, because my old car was a piece of shit.
And a grandpa car.
It was a Toyota Solara. I loved it. It was a great car. It was a little luxury, wannabe Lexus, because that's essentially what it was. Except it was Toyota branded. But,
I'm just getting my nuts all over the place.
He's getting his nuts everywhere. But, the reason I got rid of it is about, I guess 6 months maybe. No, actually a year. Let's just say a year. I started having problems with it, like check engine lights and, just service issues that you don't want to deal with. And I got a check engine light, which was for, this crucial part of the intake manifold, this little sensor that had to be replaced. And normally I would just do it myself, but this was a problem where like I would have to take everything apart in the block to get to it, and it was not worth it. And I could have gone to like an auto body place or a mechanics, and they would have done it for $400. Not that bad, right? But I just didn't feel like I should have to pay $400 for a car that I didn't like to drive, because it got shitty gas mileage. It got 13 miles to the gallon, and it had a 17-gallon tank, which averages to be about 250 miles per tank.
Wow,
so
that's bad.
What?
That's bad.
Yeah, and this was while like we had probably the worst gas prices. Like I would pay $4 a gallon, and this is just for regular.
Because I get $3.50 for a 12-gallon tank.
Yeah. So, it's just ridiculous. And, like, for the longest time, like, I think I've wanted a new car for at least a year now. Like, ever since I got that problem, I was like, okay, I need to get something different. And, like, none of my family, nobody would really kind of sympathize and be like, oh, well, here, maybe we could start looking. Everybody was just kind of, oh, you're being stupid. But the thing is that I commute to school about 28 miles per day because I live in New Berlin, my school's in Waukesha. And that's, that's kind of a drive,
Yeah.
And if I'm paying that much for gas, my whole life is technically work. And, what else was I going to say? I don't want something that's potentially going to fail on me, Like, I don't want to run the risk of my car just shitting out before I leave, or even, like, while I'm on the road.
Yeah.
It's one of my big fears. So, eventually, and by eventually I mean a month ago, I wound up finally getting a new car. And, like, it is sporty. It's a 2008 Mitsubishi Eclipse GT, so it's got the big engine and it looks awesome. But, like, it gets really good gas mileage. Like, it has an 18-gallon tank and it takes premium, but the trade-off is it gets, like, I think it gets 28 miles to the gallon. 28 miles to the gallon highway, which is essentially what I drive, So, 28 miles to the gallon highway, I don't remember how much per tank that is, because I haven't really needed to track it, because I usually fill up my tank every week, just because I like having a full tank, just in case. So, but it's about like $48 every time I fill up, and it's not that bad. Especially considering it's, premium, which is the most expensive gas you can buy for it. And it's, a big, Adam, you're not contributing very much.
I'm getting
but
that.
Yeah. So.
Well, yeah, that's how I felt.
I don't regret buying it. I love it. I mean, it would have happened eventually. And like I told my dad, I want a new car, but I want a car that I want to have. Like, I don't want a car... Like, my mom was like, well, if you need a car so bad, why don't you just buy, like, a Toyota Corolla or something? It's like, I want a car that I'm going to want to keep for a while.
Yeah.
I don't want something that I'm going to spend a shitload of money on and then sell for a ton less. Like, when we bought my car, my Solera,
yeah,
it was like $7,000. Guess how much did I tell you how much I got for trade-in? $2,800.
That's right.
Bless you.
I'm choking on my nuts, sorry.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, $2,800 I got for it. That's shit. So I just figured, why not get something that I want, and we'll have a good trade-in value, But, yeah, so that's my whole car tangent thing.
Well, my first car was a 1997 Ford Escort with 200,000 miles on it. And I think I got 50,000 out of it.
Wow. 200,000 miles on a domestic car? That's unheard of. But yeah, so...
So then I was kind of same way, where I'm like, well, I want to get something a little more dependable. Mm-hmm. So I got a new car, and it was a 2004 Pontiac Sunfire. So Andrea's car.
Simultaneous. You need something to drink.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, don't die on me.
So then, like, within like the first week of having it, I went to this parking structure downtown and parked next to this pillar, and was dumb because I had someone with me and they wouldn't have been able to get out of the door. So I pulled forward in the parking spot rather than backing out, which apparently my car got wider as it went forward, and it grinded up against the pillar and created a huge dent.
Jeez.
And it was too big to pop out, so... Yeah. So then after that, I hated my car and hated myself. So then eventually that's when I got my new car.
Yeah. Wow. That sucks. I'm always afraid of that. Because, like, you never want anything to happen to your baby. Like, there's two things that I care about the most in life, which is cars and guitar, because those are my two things that I'm good at.
Uh-huh.
And, like, I don't ever want anything to happen to either of those things. And, like, my guitar, like, I love the guitar that I have, the Gibson, and it's amazing. But, it gets worn. I mean, I've had it for how many years? I think 5 years now.
Yeah.
And I bought it brand new, and it's worn. I mean, the back's worn because, it gets, it's moving around. It scratches up against, your belt and shit. And, like, the corners get worn because it's such an obscene shape. And
what else is it rubbing up against?
LOL. But no. And it'll just get scratched up. And, like, I feel like shit about it, but, like, I guess I'm kind of biased because guitars are a little bit different because you can beat the shit out of, or at least some of them you can beat the shit out of, and they still sound amazing. But cars are a little bit different because not everybody will see your guitar, Like, if you're playing on stage, nobody's going to really see it. Like, nobody's going to say, hey, look, he's got a ding in the right corner.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to say that. Nobody's going to care. But if they see your car, especially me because I really pride my car, like my vehicles, and I really try to, keep them nice.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody sees that and they're going to be like, oh, well, it's a nice car, but, oh, look at that right there,
Yeah.
And that just irritates me. And, like when I bought it, there were a couple of little issues, like, oh, well, like the door handle on the inside of the front, or the driver's side is, like, it pulls out a little bit because it, like, detached, so I gotta super glue that bitch back in because there's no way to fix it. And then the fucking passenger side, what's it called? Vent.
Yeah.
It's, like, smashed in, but, like, I kind of fixed it a little bit, but
yeah.
It's just little things like that just irritate me. But then, like, if you get, like, scratches, that just kills you.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. There's nothing I could do about it. Like, it would just be, you'd have to keep it and try to fix it yourself, or pay somebody. But that's out of the question 90% of the time. All right, enough about that.
And that's the.
So, what's something else we should talk about now that we haven't already gone off on?
Well, what else is on there?
I don't know. We really covered everything.
Did we?
And we kind of went over it without looking at notes. We just kind of went into it.
Yeah. Well, obviously those were the things on our minds. So.
Yeah, that's true.
We didn't go over boobs though.
No.
I specifically said boobs, but Joe didn't want it on the topic list apparently.
I didn't.
Because the only boobs on his mind are Taylor's. Oh yeah, which reminds me of you and Taylor.
What?
I had a perfect idea for you.
Oh jeez, what is it?
Does Taylor listen to this?
What is it? Oh, I don't know.
The podcast?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, Taylor, this is what Joe needs to do for you. He needs to get naked. You are absolutely nothing, but then put his guitar over him and play you a love song. If you could just see Joe's face.
Pretty sure I'm going to cut that out, but yeah, sure.
Why would you cut that out?
It's weird, and a lot of other people are going to listen to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, don't cut it out. What fun is that?
A lot, because imagine, people from work already, some people listen to this. I don't want them hearing that, especially Andrea, who has a ton of shit on me already.
But it wouldn't be against you. It would be me saying something stupid that you should...
You know what, that's true. It is all Adam, so...
It's all me. Just
blame Adam. Maybe I will keep it. I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably... I don't know. Whatever. But, she is trying to figure out what to get me for my birthday. Which is going to be My Little Pony sweatshirt, which is the coolest thing I've ever seen. But... I don't know. I hate when people buy me gifts. Except for that one person who didn't buy me a Secret Santa gift. Hint, hint. Douchebag.
Who was it again?
I don't know. Starts with a D, ends with L. Danielle.
Oh, it doesn't end with an L, you moron.
L! E-L-L-E!
Oh, L. I thought you meant the letter L.
Yeah.
You gotta be specific. She doesn't work there anymore, so I
know.
Call her out on it.
Still, it was just fucking annoying. Why put your name in a Secret Santa thing if you're not gonna buy anything for somebody? Like, I don't care. Like, I don't want to go up. Like when we had that thing at the New Berlin Bowl, and I didn't get anything. Andrea kind of felt bad, and I was like, I don't really care. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm fine. But like, it just like now that I think about it, and like she's kind of told me a little bit more, it just doesn't make sense why you would put yourself in a Secret Santa and not get somebody something. Like, she got something, I'm pretty sure.
Well, if she was in it, I would assume she did.
Yeah. I got, Andrew was my Secret Santa, that's right. And
you got her mustache.
I got her mustaches and a gift card. But still, like, I wouldn't have cared what it was. Like, I mean, I thought Andrea liked the mustaches, and I thought it was kind of awesome.
Yeah.
And then the gift card, but whatever. So, I don't know. It's just annoying. It kind of reminds me of that whole, or it brings us back to the whole stupid people rant. Oh well.
Millions of peaches. Peaches for free. Look out!
What the hell?
The Peaches song. Don't tell me you've never heard the Peaches song.
Okay, I've never heard of Imagine Dragons, and I haven't heard the Peach song.
Okay, well, everybody on the podcast is going to experience the Peach song, because you're probably not the only one who hasn't heard this song, and I'm okay with that. Till now.
Oh my god. I'm kind of scared, to be honest. Because half the shit you post for me. Oh, I'm not signed in on my YouTube. What the shit? And that's not the right one. Wait, maybe it is. Yeah, it is. Okay. What the fuck is this?
Just, it gets good. Moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. Peaches come from a can, they were put there by a man in a factory downtown.
Let's stop this before I have an aneurysm. Where do you find this stuff?
This is like a 90s song by presidents of the United States of America.
My god.
But we do have to do one real quick shout out here.
Who's that?
For a song.
Which one?
There it is. I don't know how you haven't heard of the Magic Dragons, though.
I haven't.
I don't know how.
I don't listen to mainstream music.
You're forced to at Sendix.
Well, I don't pay attention to it.
But you know Christina Perry.
There's a difference there.
That's our love song. You're like, I'm not going to admit to that on air. This is just necessary.
Oh, God.
They fell low. Just give it a minute.
Oh, my.
Shame on me now.
God damn it, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen. I forgot about
Have you heard this
Yeah,
one?
I've seen this whole thing.
This one's pretty good too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen this whole video.
We'll do one more because the next one's pretty good too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see. I have a video right there. Yep.
What is wrong with goats?
I don't know, and that's another one of my. Let's have that be a topic now. What the hell? Like, I don't understand why that's all of a sudden hilarious. Like, that last one that we played, that one with the goat off in the distance.
Yeah.
I've seen that. I saw it years ago with a different song, and I thought it was hilarious, but I don't get it. Like, I don't understand why they make like where it comes from.
Oh yeah, that's right. I had pictures to show you too.
Oh Jesus.
Oh Jesus. Should I read that joke to everybody?
Yeah. That was funny, actually.
So, a young guy from West Virginia moves to Florida and goes to a big everything under one roof department store looking for a job. So, per se, a Walmart, I would say. But no.
Mall. Just a mall.
Yeah. Regardless. Anyways, the manager says, "Do you have any sales experience?" The kid says, "Yeah, I was a vacuum salesman back in West Virginia." Well, the boss was unsure, but he liked the kid and he figured he'd give him a shot. So he gave him the job. "You start tomorrow. I'll come down after we close and see how you did." His first day on the job was rough, but he got through it. After the store was locked up, the boss came down to the sales floor. "How many customers bought something from you today?" The kid frowns and looks at the floor and mutters, "One." The boss says, "Just one? Our salespeople average sales to 20 to 30 customers a day. That will have to change, and soon, if you'd like to continue your employment here. We have very strict standards for our sales force here in Florida. One sale a day might have been acceptable in West Virginia, but you're not in the mines anymore, son." The kid took his beating, but continued to look at his shoes, so the boss felt kind of bad for chewing him out on his first day. He asked semi-sarcastically, "So how much was your one sale for?" The kid looks up at his boss and says, $101,000. The boss, astonished, says, $101,000? What the heck did you sell? The kid says, "Well, first I sold him some new fish hooks, then I sold him a new fishing rod to go with his new hooks, then I asked him where he was going fishing, and he said down the coast, so I told him he was going to need a boat, so we went down to the boat department, and then I sold him a twin-engine Chris Craft. Then he said he didn't think his Honda Civic would pull it, so I took him down to the automotive department and sold him that 4x4 Expedition." The boss said, "A guy came in here to buy a fish hook and you sold him a boat and a truck?" The kid said, "No, the guy came in here to buy tampons for his wife," and I said, "Dude, your weekend's shot. You should go to fishing."
I love it. That's so funny. It's like the greatest. Oh. I'm so curious.
Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
I'm sick of all the...
Have you ever seen this?
I'm slightly disturbed right now.
It's the Amazing Horse.
I'm sick of all the Irish stereotypes. As soon as I finish this drink, I'm beating someone.
That's terrible.
Falling asleep takes half an hour at night and half a second in the morning.
Yeah, I agree.
Sure, I walk around the house naked with blinds open. If you're peeking in my window, your punishment is seeing me naked. Joke's on you, motherfucker.
Oh my god.
I do that now, too.
Great, thanks for sharing.
Yes. Dear small line of dirt that won't go into the dustpan. Fuck you.
Jeez.
Okay. Not usually a gun advocate, but guns don't kill people. fat, fluffy, switchblade-wielding baby ducks to?
Oh my god. That's just bad.
Always be yourself. Unless you can be a unicorn. Then always be a unicorn.
Alright, one more of those.
Okay, I'm done with those.
Alright.
Dude, I didn't know you could do these on Minecraft.
Yeah. With wool. Minecraft is now, like, probably our social network. Because...
That's what I want to build.
Yeah, good luck. I've tried building superstructures like that in Minecraft, and it takes so long. And you get or at least I get sidetracked and just don't care about making them anymore.
Okay, one more. Sorry to bring this up, but there was one of those, like, it was like a Yahoo Questions thing. It was, how do Australians reproduce?
What?
And then somebody responded, we throw a boomerang and whoever catches it is our designated mate.
Whatever.
Mom, pick me up at James' house. There's alcohol here. You are 17 years old. I'm on a date, so just have a little fun. I really don't feel comfortable here. Oh, lighten up. Okay, last one. Trust me, when I woke up today, I had no plans to be so sexy, but shit happens.
God. Oh, my God. That's just terrible.
Who's my God when my father's God?
Okay.
I'm going to hell.
Good point. Point taken. Wow, we've been doing this for an hour.
We have been. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, is how you keep an idiot occupied for an hour.
Yeah.
Doo-doo.
Yay.
Okay. We're gonna see Airbud.
It's my birthday. Yay. I got mail. So do we have any more topics, or?
We probably could. We got an hour in. We could probably wrap it. Call it a wrap.
I gotta edit this shit, so.
Call it Eminem. Call it rap.
Oh my God. Alright, yeah, we might as well, because I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, you can just call me the real Slim Shady. All you other folks are just imitating.
Shut up. Shut up. And that is where we are going to end today's show, before I have to edit the shit out of it later.
Right.
So,
alright, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for listening.
Butt sex like usual.
Wiener butt. Bye.